Hi everyone, my name's Nivi. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about Running Point. It just dropped on Netflix last Thursday. It's produced by Mindy Kaling, who's popularly known for her Never Have I Ever series, or she played Kelly on The Office if you aren't familiar. Running Point stars Kate Hudson as the main character, Isla Gordon, who is part of the Gordon family that manages the LA Waves, which is loosely based on, I believe, the Lakers' female president. I'm assuming she was perhaps the inspiration for this. She's one of the first female presidents of a very major basketball game. At least that's what Google said. A little bit of background about the Gordon family. So the LA Waves have been in this family for a while. The father was the main spearhead for these games, and when he passed away, it moved on to the elder son, and he named him the president. And then there's also two other brothers who one is the general manager and the other is the CFO. And then there's this female played by Kate Hudson, Isla. Because she never got the attention that she wanted from her father, she obviously rebelled and became a party girl. And then after, in her, I think, early 30s, late 30s, her elder brother brought her back to the company and said, like, no, this is a family business. You're going to come and help us run it. And this was kind of her saving line, so to speak. And she comes in and helps them for their charity stuff, but she's still basically forgotten. The brothers don't really interact with her as much. The father definitely doesn't really care that much. But then when the father passes away and the elder son is managing the company, he ends up becoming an addict and having an accident. So in his hospital, he names Isla as the president of the company. This TV show is first and foremost about family drama, comedy. Then, secondly, it's about feminism and, being able to break those barriers that females can be part of sports and be the main head and all of that. And then third is about basketball. If you don't care about sports, this is still a pretty good show, regardless of it, because it centers more on battling your own demons, trying to find a space for yourself, building a space for yourself. It's still worth the watch, even if you don't enjoy basketball. Coming to my next point though, if you do enjoy basketball, I don't know if this is something that you will thoroughly enjoy, because I'm sure they did not take everything into point and make it as accurate as possible to somebody who is very like super particular about their basketball. So keep that in mind. Again, this is first a family drama, then a feminist issue, and then basketball. One part of this family drama is Jackie. Jackie, we meet initially in the first episode, and he's this vendor that's just there to like pass food and things like that. And then as the episode progresses, you realize that he is actually the illegitimate son of the former president of the LA Waves. His lawyer brings it up to the Gordon family's lawyer, and then they realize, oh shoot, we have another brother that we never knew about. And initially they tried to just pay him off, to leave him alone, sign an NDA, so it's never bothered again. But in that meeting, Isla and another brother are wanting to know Jackie. Jackie himself really wants to know this family. The only family he used to have was his mother, who passed away. So now he's very alone. He wants to get to know them and try to expand his family. And then as you start to see through the series, he realizes how dysfunctional they are, but tries to get to know them in their own ways and try to build a bond with them. And then as towards the end, you realize he's actually the one who understands better family values and how to love and communicate with other people versus this dysfunctional family. And he's the one that has to teach them how to be a better family. The thing that attracted me towards the series was Kate Hudson. I have liked everything she has been in for the most part. She does a phenomenal job being the main character, and she brings like great energy. I loved her in Bride Wars. I loved her in How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. And I just was super curious to watch her.
Which one of you's the leak?
Are you crazy?
Kate Hudson is phenomenal in her character, which I kind of already thought she would be, but I think she initially on the first episode I was like, I don't really know if I'm gonna like this, but let me give it another shot. I watched the second episode and then I was hooked on through the whole series, and it was honestly really good. I watched it in one sitting, Saturday night. Me and my wife finished it in just one sitting, which was awesome. Besides Kate Hudson, the person who plays Jackie, Fabrizio Guedo, pronunciation, was amazing. He honestly was like, initially, I initially thought that they had chemistry. And then you realize he's the half brother, and then obviously that's not the way to go unless it's Game of Thrones. But he actually, it kind of outshines almost everyone in the episode and the scene. So he was amazing. You kind of initially you think he's this adorable, sweet guy, and then he turns out to be this like, the fame kind of gets to him. Obviously, there are multiple girls trying to get his attention, and he ends up definitely taking advantage of that. And then it comes back around to him wanting to be a part of the family members, a part of being the family, and wanting to get close to them and have that familial bond. So he definitely plays to your heartstrings a little. The other brothers, the oldest one, the one who got into an accident, as you would probably imagine, he also has other ulterior motives. He doesn't really like that as Isla's character starts to become more important and do some great things. He starts to get a little jealous as well. And then the other two brothers, initially they're trying to stage a coup, and they're like, obviously you really don't know what you're talking about. But as the time progresses, she holds her own and is like, no, you will either be with me or you will go somewhere else. I think that was great because I like that she put her foot down and wanted them to realize that she knows what she's doing. There's a reason she's here. So that was phenomenal. I really liked her second older brother. He has great comedic like timing. He's Ness Gordon, played by Scott MacArthur. He's also in other movies as well, and he plays similar characters, but he's actually really good, surprisingly. I was really surprised by how much I liked him. The CFO is, he's all right. He's not my favorite, but I don't think everyone can be your favorite as either, so. Then, as far as the players go, Frankie, initially you think he's an idiot. He really is an idiot. And then as you get through the series, you start to realize he's actually pretty cool. You really start to resonate with him and like him, and he kind of becomes one of your favorites. The coach, I was really surprised by how, like, it seems like the writers, producers were trying so hard for him to have this romance with Isla Gordon, and it does show, it does happen. They have a little bit of chemistry, but it just wasn't some. I felt like you didn't need that. You could just have her and still enjoy that family drama, the feminist thing, and then also basketball as well. I didn't think she absolutely needed to have that part, especially considering she's engaged to another person. That's also another thing. She is engaged to this person who seems to love her very much, is very supportive, but she's kind of a dick. Like, very much not a nice person, not a nice partner. She's a nice person. She's not a very nice partner. She doesn't really put his needs ahead of her own ever. I understand you can't do it every time, but as a character, she is very selfish, and he's like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm never the priority for you, which I feel like was great to see writers put that out there, that not it's not just men that have that issue. Females have that issue too, that we should be definitely conscious of. Just because we're career oriented doesn't mean that you can't put your partner first. Unfortunately, it is a very predictable drama. You kind of get what you're looking for the most part. It's very predictable. I kind of knew what was happening, who the problem child was, and how it would kind of resolve. Um, I I had hoped they would be slightly more unpredictable, but that's all right. Even then, it was still really engaging and I was super excited to watch it. I actually liked it more than I thought it would. It came out on Thursday. I sat down to watch it Saturday evening and finished it by Saturday night. It's a very quick show, so if you are considering watching, you should definitely watch it because I feel like it's a quick thing. It's not something you absolutely will have like emotional investment in. It's just really nice. Throughout the episodes, I kind of knew what was going to happen, but at the same time, it still had me hooked because I really wanted to watch it and see what happens as well. Obviously, they were going to make the playoffs because that's just how it is. Whether they're going to win the full main game or not is another thing, but it was still really nice to see. And then as far as the family drama goes, it's very predictable. You kind of see what's going to happen. They kind of all the family members are very self-centered, so they take their turns basically trying to use Jackie in their own way without even realizing it. And then Jackie's like, I'm done. I don't want to be here anymore. And then they go and find him and try to get him to be a part of their family and show them how to be a family. One thing that keeps you going throughout this show is the humor. It's actually very funny. I wouldn't have expected it to be so funny. I don't know why I thought that. It is like a family comedy, but it was really surprisingly funny, and I kept watching it throughout, and I wasn't bored at all. And I will definitely watch the second season. If you have already watched this, please let me know in the comments below what you thought about it. I personally would give this like an 85% on the watchometer, where it's you don't have to watch it right now, and you also don't have to, like, I wouldn't wait until the weekend. Maybe watch it in the next 24 hours or so. It was definitely something that I really enjoyed watching, and I would watch again, and the season two. I really hope it gets actually renewed for a season two, because I really want to know what happens next. Even if it is predictable, it was still something I really enjoyed. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for staying with me. My name is Navi.